Hey guys, JK here. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the Sabareta event. So, after my video showing the extra clear, I actually attempted the extra plus following Broadway Saiyans excellent guide. Go check it out. He basically goes step by step and also goes ultra instinct, I guess, is what he's calling it. But basically, yeah, pretty much follow that. Although my Zangetsu is not quite as strong as his, so I wasn't able to one shot kill some of the enemies. So it was a little bit of a struggle toward the end there. But I mean, I stacked as much attack on him as I possibly could. You can see all my jobs are mastered here. The only gear in the first slot that I could find that had any attack on it was this Knight's Gauntlet. I don't have a spear or a lance or whatever, so this is the best I could do. And I maxed out any equipment that had attack on it, like this one and this one. And I tried to max this out for the extra agility, but I think my agility is still maybe one lower than his, so the turn order was a little bit different as well. But all in all, the guide was really what helped me get it done. Yeah, big shout out to Broadway Sand. Like I said in the previous video, I just really don't like the whole like needing to stand on this square, go here, do that. Like it just, I did it because I wanted to get it done, and I'm a completionist, as many people are. But the fact that they did it like that, I'm very not satisfied with. Thankfully, there was no death requirement because I did have a couple people die. It actually came down to my second sub, which was Sabareta himself and Zangetsu as the only two members left. And basically, Zangetsu was killing the guy in the upper right, and Sabareta was fighting off the Chronomancer guy at the bottom. So like he would hit him, and then he would regen a whole bunch of health, and then he would hit him again, regen. And it took a few turns for Sabareta to kill him, but thankfully he was able to, and just kind of kite around him. So anyway, I was able to do it again thanks to the guide, but just really hard stuff. And when you look at the rewards, it's like, wow, 80 shards each. I was naively thinking I could even transmute the gear, but as you guys probably already know, unlike every other piece of gear in the game, look at this. It requires 777 shards. So after those initial rewards, which are 240 of the 254 shards that I have, the rest of it, like 500 plus, is gonna have to be farmed, which I don't know what that equates to. Maybe like 80 runs, 100 runs. But if you think about how much AP that is, that's like 50,000, 60,000 AP total just for this one piece of armor, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not like that good. So eventually I'll get it, probably. I'm really liking Sabareta, but it's just crazy. Like, if they make the event super hard and they make it hard to make the gear, and it's not even a game breaking gear, so I'm not really sure what the thinking was there either. But this is not another rant video. I just wanted to show you guys that I actually did it, and that Gumi actually responded in a way. So if you go to their Facebook page, it's kind of buried now. You have to scroll down a bit, but if you go down to here, then you go through the comments, you see a lot of people complaining, in my opinion, rightfully so, because, it's very hard for most people to clear this, and you need to have pretty specific setups in most cases. I'm sure there are some other strategies, alternate strategies, but to think about farming this 80 to 100 times is just insane. So yeah, a lot of people complaining, and then they finally respond. Again, it's very buried down here. It says, "Hello, Alchemist. The team is aware of the extreme difficulty you're experiencing." I like how they say is aware of the extreme difficulty you're experiencing. Like, it's not like they messed it up. It's like, well, I know you guys are having a hard time. I don't know. They just kind of felt a little funny that they worded it that way. I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but rest assured that we will discuss your concerns to make future contents enjoyable for everyone. So somebody in my comments in the previous video mentioned that this came out around 8 months after the JP release, and we're closing in on 2 months, I think. So 6 months of a game's life cycle in a gacha game is a long time. Like, that's a long time for people to build up their parties, their different units, and have a whole bunch of OP units to choose from, job 3s, versus 2 months. So it's like really limiting the pool. So yeah, that was more drastic than I even thought it was. Anyway, they say, as of now, let's seize this chance to learn more game mechanics and discover new tactics. Smiley face. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure anybody reading this is not smiling along with you. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Now, there is a fair point in there, in that they are kind of forcing people to learn different game mechanics. Like, I had read somewhere early on that the meta was going to be Zangetsu and 3 Chronomancers, but I've mentioned probably in previous videos as well. It's like, yeah, Chronomancers are nice support, but they're not really necessary right now. Well, this level showed us that they are necessary, and what I don't like is that it seems like they're mandatory or like they're the only way, but clearly it is part of the meta, and we're learning about it right now. Furthermore, like there's those I forgot what they're called, but they're like those plant looking things, and a lot of physical attackers, unless you have insane attack or buff up your attack, will do like 1 damage against them. So a lot of people are actually starting to use sages, and my Michael was even able to do a lot of damage with his basic magic casting and everything. So people are starting to realize, okay, we need chronomancers, we need magic, spell users and things like that. So I understand this point, but it's still too hard, and it's still not really going to let most people clear it. But I do have to give that one to Gumi, that we're not just plowing in with physical attackers all the time. We're not just doing strengthening focus or sharpening focus and just standing there and countering everything. Like, we are using different mechanics. So fair point, but the tone is just kind of like, it didn't strike me as very apologetic. It was just kind of like, yeah, they're trying to sound professional. If you're being really cynical, it almost sounds like they're amused, but I don't want to go that far, because I don't think they are. I think they are alarmed. I think they are worried that they're going to lose people. So I'm sure that future events, they will tune it properly, hopefully. Because, frankly, people complain about every new event. Like, even with Mian, the advanced level, people were complaining, and granted, it was hard. Like, it was like, wow, one shot nuke, and I kind of thought it was hard myself, but it was also kind of scary in a good way, and if you did clear it, it was pretty satisfying. But this is just literally impossible for most people, so it's like a little too hard, and it's like not balanced at all. They really should have tested it better. But it's nice that it's on their radar, and they're actually doing something about it, or in theory they're going to do something about it. So that's the almost the last point I wanted to make. And also, okay, I kind of lost my place here, but there were some people also complaining about the summon rates. Like, they're saying that the summon rates are secretly being nerfed, and that wouldn't be the first time that Gumi has done something like that. Like in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, we had come to expect certain rates for like 4-star bases, and then like when there was or even 3-star bases, and then when there were certain units that were highly coveted, like way back in the day with Zidane, they like nerfed it to almost like 4-star rates or whatever. So they are known to do this kind of thing. I personally myself have not really felt the difference. Like, I still feel like I'm getting 5 stars at a pretty decent rate, but I might just be lucky. Like, I did see other pull videos, like again Broadway Sand and others, where it seemed like the 5 stars were dropping a little less, which is alarming, because it's not like once you get the 5 stars, the end all be all. You still need to get dupes, you still need to get shards. So I really hope that the pull rates are not being secretly nerfed. But let me know what your experience is with that, and not just, try to be objective about it. Don't just be bitter, and, if you didn't get what you want, like, say that the pull rates are terrible or whatever, because, if I get a Chloe or Zahar, it still means I got a 5-star. It just means I didn't get the one that I wanted. So let me know what your thoughts are. I personally have not felt the difference, but I have personally seen it in videos. So I don't know if it's just an RNG, just a long-term odds kind of thing, or if it's an actual trend. So anyway, that's the video. I just wanted to cover some of the latest developments, and hope that Gumi's kind of, it's on their radar, and hopefully they're setting it straight and they'll get it right from now on. And if they are going to skip over certain events, like, I understand the timing of around like holidays and things like that, they really need to make sure that they tune it properly. Like if it's gonna come early because it's Christmas or whatever, they need to make sure that it's properly balanced and test it. So yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if it was an adequate response, but at least it's there. So take care, guys. I'm not going to rant anymore. I'm going to try to be happy because I love, love, love this game, and I'm going to be positive as much as I can. And let's just go forward and as a community, help each other out as much as we can. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time.